What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, how to understand the meaning of come as you are? Now, as a disclaimer, I am not here to project my opinion on you. I am just sharing my vantage point and how I see the meaning of come as you are. Well, it's like back in the day, the come as you are was said to be like the way you dress. Don't worry about how you look. Come as you are. You know, God accepts you. Jesus accepts you. The Lord, the Most High, Allah, Buddha, Jehovah, Ra, accept you how you are. But I think that is misconstrued, has been misconstrued, and it really means come as you are, meaning be you. Be your true, authentic self. Come as you are. I accept you for who you are because I made you that way. You know, and you'll find that a lot of times, not all, and not with everyone, but this is just my vantage point and how I see it, is that it's a lot of people that don't want to accept you for who you are. And so, because people don't accept you for who you are, you want to change it. I found myself doing that, a couple of times, maybe a few, of trying to change different things about myself instead of accepting myself for who I am and how I am, loving myself for who I am and how I am, you know, and I come as I am because this is the way I was made. There's nothing wrong with how I am. It's all about the person on the other side because it's not really so much as how you look, even though that could be included in it. It could be your personality. Come as you are, be you, because when you're yourself, you will attract a person that is interested in you for who you are. You will attract people that accept you for who you are. Come as you are, be you, you know. And how can a person get to know you if you're not being you, you know? But in order for you to know you, it will be beneficial for you to look in your birth chart. And I know a lot of people, don't believe in it, but energy is real, right? And we all have energies within us. It's like your body is a vehicle. Your body is a vehicle. In a vehicle, there's an engine, there's a battery, you have transmission, you have oil, you have water, you have all of these things in a car. Well, it's the same thing with us. Our body is our vehicle, you know, our rising sign is the outside of how the vehicle looks, you know. You have your sun sign, your ego. You have your moon sign, your feelings. You have your Mercury sign, which is your brain. In your moon sign is your heart, so that's your battery. Your Mercury sign is your brain, so that's your engine. And then you have your Mars energy, which is your gas. The gas that you have to put in your car, because like most cars, you have certain cars that take diesel gas, and you have other cars that take unleaded, but they may take high octane unleaded gas or what have you. These different things, and your Mars energy is the gas that gives you the drive for you to do things in your life. So when you understand all of the energies that you have within yourself, you know, and you'll start getting to know yourself. You don't use astrology. You can use astrology to get to learn other people, but why not learn about yourself first? You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't be ashamed of yourself. And once you get to know yourself, you'll start accepting yourself for who you are, and then you can come as you are. You know what I'm saying? And if a person doesn't accept you for who you are, you'll love yourself, because it's like, okay, well, if you don't accept me for who I am, then there's no point in me dealing with you, because this is the way I was made. It's like you won't go into a manufacturer, you may go to a car dealership and say, I like this car, and then you go and start changing things on the outside of the car. You may even try to start changing things on the inside of the car, but the way the car came is the way you accept the car for the way it is, and you start changing it because of seeing other vehicles out there, on the earth, that you may want to upgrade your car and change different things about the car. But when it comes to a human being, it's like, how can you change your mind? You know what I'm saying? You may change the way you think, but the energy that's in your mind is always going to be that energy. The energy that's in your heart, in your feelings, is always going to be that energy. The energy that's your rising sign, your outer energy, is always going to be that energy. Your Venus sign, the Venus is a planet of love, money, beauty, and romance, which is your love language. That's always going to be your energy. But you won't even know that about yourself if you don't get to learn yourself in order to come as you are. You know what I'm saying? And you won't allow yourself to get to know you so that you can accept yourself for who you are. It's like, this is the way I was made, and this is the energy that I have inside of me. Now I see why I do the things that I do. Now I see why I react the way that I react. It's not a bad thing. It's about knowing the type of energy that you have so that you can love yourself more, because you'll start learning about you, and once you start learning about you, you'll start accepting yourself for who you are. And if a person doesn't accept you for who you are, they can, move on to the next, and that's what the meaning of come as you are is to me. It has nothing to do with the clothes that you wear. It has nothing to do with none of that. That's superficial. You know what I'm saying? Come as you are is be you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you. You were made that way for a reason. It's like with me, it's like I learned about how it is with my heart. Like, I remember just a long time ago, like, with Gemini energy, it's like people like to say that Gemini energy is like it's some bad thing, and it's like it's not really bad. Like, why do you have to see it that way? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's the energy that I have, and I have to learn how to use the energy in the right way. And then I learned that because I have that Gemini energy in my ego and in my mind, but in at my heart, and that, my feelings and my battery, you know what I'm saying, and a soul lives in the heart. So the type of soul that I have is Cancer. You know what I'm saying? And that energy is a holding on. It's a crab type of energy, and it holds on to the feelings. I have to come as I am, and I have to accept the type of heart I have, and protect the type of heart I have, because it's a hard shell on the outside, but on the inside is soft. You know what I'm saying? And then, when it comes to my Mars energy, it's Cancer energy as well. So that's the type of gas I have, you know, and I have to accept myself for how I was made in order to love myself. Once I got to know the energy that I had inside of me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, you know, the creator thought really highly of me when he made me, and I now that I know how I am and what makes me tick and why I do the things that I do, I have no choice but to accept myself for who I am. And once I start accepting myself for who I am, I love myself even more than I did before. And it's like, now that if a person doesn't accept me for who I am, it's like, okay, that's you, and you're entitled to your opinion, but I'm still going to love me. And when I come as I am, anybody who doesn't accept me for I am, just don't. That's on them, and they have free will, and they have every choice and reason, whatever they feel, to not accept me. But the saying, come as you are, is being you. Be you. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't change you for someone else. Do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And when you do it for yourself, it lasts longer. You know what I'm saying? When you grow as a person, you know, it lasts longer because you did it for yourself and not for someone else. And it's not about the superficial things about you on the outside, because you can't judge a book by a cover. Because how many times have people went to a car dealership and bought a car and then checked the Carfax? Nowadays it's like people, you don't know what you're getting on the inside, because what you see is not what you get. Because it's like with human beings, you can always get, judge a book by the cover, and then you don't know what's going on the inside, because you don't know what type of engine is in that vehicle. You don't know what type of battery, which is the heart, is in that vehicle. You don't know what type of energy is moving to get that vehicle that you saw. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what all it is entailed inside of that vehicle. So it's like, when a person asks you about yourself, I can really tell them about me, hands down, like from head to toe. I'm like this, I'm like that, I'm like this, and I'm like that. And if that person, you know what I'm saying, is not in alignment with the way the creator made me, at least I told them. And because it's like, a person can say, you shouldn't put all your cards on the table. I say, why not? Why not? Because I'm coming as I am. I'm telling you how I am. It's not going to be, I show you one thing and then it turns out to be something else, because I'm not ashamed of who I am and how I was made. I can't help it. So I have no choice but to accept it, because this is the energy and it can't be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of energy that was given to me. I have to accept myself for who I am. You know what I'm saying? And in order for a person to accept me for who I am, they have to know what they're going to get. You know what I'm saying? It's not no bait and switch situation where you tell a person one thing and then show them something else. You know what I'm saying? You have to love yourself and for who you are. And if you won't really get to know yourself if you don't look in that birth chart and see the type of energy that you carry and where it's at, because you have different energies roaming through you, that in different aspects of yourself. And then they might see, oh, she's a Gemini, because I'm just using myself as an example, because I don't know anyone better than me. Oh, she's a Gemini. I don't like Geminis, but I'm a Cancer at heart. My love language is Aries energy. You know what I'm saying? I got Gemini energy in my mind. The gas that gets me to drive is Cancer energy. You know what I'm saying? But I look like this. So it's not what you see, is what you get. You know what I'm saying? You got to go up under the hood. You got to check the Carfax. And in order to check the Carfax, that person has to know who they are. And in order to know who you are, to come as you are, you have to learn about you. And that, to me, is the meaning of come as you are. Be your true, authentic self. Don't be ashamed of you. But the only way that you get to know you is to learn you. Look into your birth chart. And again, I don't come here to project my thoughts or opinions on anyone. I'm just sharing my vantage point. This is something that I've learned from my own self, and I'm going to tell you something. Just coming from me. It's the best thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. But that's all I got for you. And I holla though. One love. Peace.